Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel. Right now I'm on Top Rank's verified Twitter account, and well, it's official. It's official. Manny Pacquiao will fight Jeff Horn in Brisbane, Australia, Saturday, July 1st. Stay tuned for more information. Now, I'm definitely not thrilled with this particular fight, and it's almost laughable and a spit in the face to me, to boxing fans. Pacquiao is a legend, yes, and just in case there's any doubts, this is Top Rank's Instagram. As you guys can see, same thing, it's official. So July 1st, great fight, right? For 4th of July weekend. Now, the reason I'm not a fan of this fight, well, for starters, this year has given us some great boxing. I think boxing as a whole is killing the UFC right now so far, with the compelling matches and fights that are just entertaining and good, and more to come. We still got Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko that could end in a knockout. You got Kell Brook versus Errol Spence Jr. that could end in a knockout. But those are both meaningful fights, right? You also have good fights that I really think will promise action, like Andre Berto versus Sean Porter. I think Jermell Charlo versus Charles Hatley. Gary Russell's a speedster. He's fighting his mandatory. And it's just so much boxing going on. So many options. And Pacquiao, surrounded by these legends, Pacquiao himself being a legend, is fighting a guy who's virtually unheard of in Jeff Horn. I can't see the logic in it. Like, I understand from a business, it makes sense for Top Rank because you get to kind of milk Pacquiao's stardom, make some money in a market where they don't have the opportunity to see Pacquiao, so they might shell out cash to support their hometown fighter, Jeff Horn, and also for the opportunity to see a legend before he retires. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's kind of siphoning money from the consumer. There's too many good matches. Now, Pacquiao is a legend. I take nothing away. And I told you, 2017 is going to be extremely hard for a lot of members of the media or reporters or channels that want to do this, because 2017 is not for play. It's really about growing the sport and elevating the sport of boxing with matches like Canelo Chavez Jr., and that's a pay-per-view. Ward Kovalev, people had questions about the first fight. Ward stepped up. He's fulfilling the rematch clause, and he's fighting him again. Press tour just started today, right? All these good things in boxing, and you have Pacquiao fighting Jeff Horn, right? It just can't be justified, especially since this will be a pay-per-view, most likely by Top Rank, because I don't think HBO is going to want this fight in July. They have a fight in June with Kovalev that should do better than the first in terms of numbers, because the timing is better. It's in the summer as opposed to right before Thanksgiving, and there's controversy sells. So the first fight was controversial, or people thought Kovalev won, or whatever the situation was. Some people thought Ward won, so the rematch should definitely do better. And it's sad because it's the same, like Digital Underground said, same song with Team Pacquiao. They put pictures like this. Look, February 22nd, my team and I are in negotiation with Amir Khan in our next fight. Further announcement coming soon. Get people hyped up, which is clearly, there's no way you could say Amir Khan is not a bigger name than Jeff Horn, especially stateside. But I don't even think in the UK area, more people know Amir Khan. He's been around longer. He's fought Mayweather, or he fought Maidana, excuse me. He wanted to fight Mayweather, and he fought Canelo. He's clearly bigger, right? And it's never the opponent. They have all these names in the hat, and Adrian Broner, Danny Garcia, Freddie Roach is like, send a contract for Keith Thurman. We'll fight him today. But you're not going to fight him today because he called you out, and you're fighting Jeff Horn. So, I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe Pacquiao should have started his own promotional company if he doesn't have any control over what's going on. But this is his career. This is legacy. And people, like I said, it's going to be hard. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. It's so easy to predict. I made a video 3 months ago. It's my opinion. Everything wrong with Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn, Eagle Valley returns. 3 months ago. 13,000 views. And I stated my honest opinion. Some people in the video, they say, oh, you don't know, it's all speculation. You don't know if he's going to fight Jeff Horn. Well, guess what? Surprise, he's fighting Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? So people, I don't even think people are as naive as they play, right? They just want to act like they don't understand what's going on. But history will show you this is not something that's very hard to see. You know what I mean? Especially when someone has, it's like the boy who cried wolf. If someone has a pattern of doing it, it's not hard to pick up on. Video 2 months ago. Shocking revelation. Manny Pacquiao admits he doesn't know who Jeff Horn is. I didn't see his face. That is a live and direct quote from an interview he did with Fox. Pacquiao don't even know who he's fighting. Here's another revelation. Manny Pacquiao opponent Jeff Horn ripped by a boxing judge who was a judge for Jeff Horn's bout, and he says Jeff Horn has, quote, I quote, no real talent. Says he will get knocked out in a mismatch. You know what I mean? Ego rumor mill. Another successful Manny Pacquiao next fight Jeff Horn, really close WBO championship fight. Wow. 3 months ago, almost 10,000 views. Right? And this is what I'm talking about. ESPN ripped Mayweather Berto, called it Ward and Brand was sewage, but says Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn makes sense. ESPN's Dan Rayfield. So how does that make sense? Well, all these other fights are garbage and sewage. Alexander Brand and Ward. And the Alexander Brand Ward it's stupid to even call something like that sewage because you knew what that was about. You know Team Ward reached out to other people and tried to get the fight and they couldn't get it. Who wants to fight Ward? You know what I mean? Other than Kovalev, who's a warrior. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of guys chomping at the bit to fight Ward. And we all knew that after he got past Brand, which we all expected him to, that he would be fighting Kovalev, which he did. Close fight, and now he's rematching Kovalev. Meanwhile, Pacquiao's fighting Jeff Horn. And even though Floyd Mayweather beat Pacquiao very easily, unless you're watching in slow motion, people got mad at him for fighting Berto, a two-time champion who's actually in the fight that most people haven't really heard complaints about, Berto versus Porter. So obviously people were mad at the Berto fight because they knew Berto couldn't beat Floyd because of his style, right? But I honestly would rather see Berto, Sean Porter. I'd rather see either of those guys fight Pacquiao. I'd rather see Amir Khan. I'd rather see Broner. And you know what? Some of those guys, I don't even give them a chance to beat Pacquiao. Not that I don't give them a chance. I don't think they would beat Pacquiao. But we don't know. And it's like we're never going to know, right? So where are all the people that said Mayweather-Berto was the worst fight in the history of boxing? And even though he defeated Pacquiao, they said that Mayweather's legacy was still going to be ruined, right? It goes deep. New media. 11 months ago, almost a year ago, I made this video in response to, it was a 38, almost a 40-minute ether, 43,000 views, in response to Max Kellerman of HBO, who said, even though we all watch Floyd Mayweather, him included, he believes that Mayweather pretty much dismantled and easily beat Pacquiao when they did fight, right? He says Manny Pacquiao's still better. The better fighter of this generation. He's the TBE of this generation, Pacquiao, even though he lost, even though he's been knocked out 3 times, right? And I say proof on my video why Floyd Mayweather Jr. beats Manny Pacquiao, best fighter of this era, new media. And I really broke it down. There were radical fans that said, you don't know what you're talking about. You're lying. Pacquiao is better. He is the better fighter, right? Just go to the video. I'll try to leave a link if I can remember in the description. Read what people were saying. Let me get this. Look. Madax Miller. Mayweather didn't beat Manny, so shut the fuck up, you retard. Right? You are full of shit, ego. Sorry, still feel Manny Pacquiao is still the best of this era. Right? I'm just going down comments, reading. People agreed. Kellerman just threw any credibility he had as a boxing sportscaster out of the window. I could never take anything he says seriously again. But just go. Pactards will just respond with the usual childish insults. Right? And go through the comments, man, on this video almost a year ago, right? So, look, Pac-Man is better. 5 divisions, 6 divisions, 8 divisions, right? Okay. So, using your argument, Pacquiao is better for this era. Why is he fighting Jeff Horn? You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, tell the truth. Any way you slice it, you're trapped. You're trapped because you say Pacquiao is the best fighter of this era over Mayweather, a guy who beat him. Fine. Using your logic, we'll just accept that. We'll say Pacquiao's better. I don't believe that, but for the sake of argument, we'll say Pacquiao is the best fighter of this era over the guy that beat him, right? Because he moved up 8 divisions, even though he fought at catchweights and stuff. We'll dismiss all of that. Okay, fine. So why is this best fighter of the decade, best of this generation, fighting Jeff Horn? A guy we virtually, as real boxing fans, I cover boxing. This is what I do full time. I travel to fights. I just went to Golovkin, Jacobs, and many more to come, right? So why is the best fighter of this era fighting a guy in a stacked division, fighting a guy like Jeff Horn? You have to be able to make things make sense. How does that make sense? And I understand that he is ranked in a sanctioning body. I get that. But he's not a top of the division. He's not a name in the sport, right? And the bottom line is Pacquiao, we all know he doesn't need a belt per se to define him. But he is a champion, so you have to act kind of accordingly. So this is the WBO's page, their official website. He has Pacquiao as the super champion, right? He beat Bradley 3rd time, put that to rest. And then they have Tim Bradley, he beat him, and they have Jeff Horn. But you look at all the other sanctioning bodies, and Jeff Horn is not number 2. He's number 2 with the WBO, right? Just is crazy. Top Rank has this fighter, the Mean Machine. I would rather see that fight, just because I know the guy has power. So, and he's undefeated from Lithuania, right? Jose Benavidez, I think he's with Top Rank. Konstantin Ponomarev, I believe he's with Top Rank. You know what I mean? So there's other guys that are ranked. And yeah, with the WBO, I guess Jeff Horn is ranked because he has an intercontinental belt. But there's other people. It's such a stacked division. You got guys like Keith Thurman who actually responded to Pacquiao and called him out. And Amir Khan, he said the money's good. He said we could. I don't know what his team is talking about. So to me, it's clear they wanted to make this Jeff Horn fight for whatever reason. And for whatever reason, it's crazy. This was a much better storyline. Former sparring partner. But no, we can't get those fights. We got to get Pacquiao for Jeff Horn. And I'm making this video to express how I feel about the fight. And I want to see where's all the headlines within the media, the old media. You know what I mean? Where all the headlines about this is ruining Pacquiao's legacy and Mayweather, Berto, those types of interviews. You know what I mean? Why not give Khan a shot? He's been calling out Pacquiao for years, right? And as always, it's going to be name calling. It's going to be deflection. Like, oh, but Mayweather fighting Conor McGregor. What does Mayweather have to do? That's not even an official fight yet. You know what I mean? So what are we talking about Mayweather McGregor for? And again, Mayweather McGregor will make more money than Jeff Horn. That's why they can actually have that fight in the U.S., in the States. You know why? Because people are going to buy it. For whatever reason, I don't think Conor McGregor could beat Floyd. But he's a big dude. He's a strong dude. He's a southpaw. So whatever. He has radical fans and Conor's army and you'll do fucking none. All that. So there's actually people who think that he can beat Floyd. Floyd's getting up there in age, 40 years old, etc. Dana White, oh, when Conor hits people, they go away. Okay. So at the end of the day, it'll sell. Both guys are salesmen. What are we really getting from Pacquiao, Jeff Horn? One, no one knows. My name is Jeff. No one really knows him. And I've seen interviews. It's nothing. He just seems like a cool, nice dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a former school teacher, but there's nothing Adrian Broner, Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather about his charisma, or Deontay Wilder even. He's not, you know what I mean? He's just regular interviews. And that's fine. If that's who you are, that's cool. But Pacquiao's the same way. He's not much of a trash talker. You even see him at the face-off with Claudia. He's smiling and laughing. So what are we going to do? A top-ranked 24/7 style with two guys who aren't going to really sell the fight? Is just going to be like, oh, my promoter made the fight. I don't know his face, and I believe I'll to him, beat his ass. Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to be nothing. Like, how are they going to really sell this fight? Conor McGregor versus Floyd. You can say whatever you want, but it'll make money. That's the bottom line. It'll make a lot of money, and it'll make money in the United States of America. Right? They can't even have a Jeff Horn fight. That's why it's happening. When's the last time you know Pacquiao to fight? Since he's become Pacquiao and this superstar, when is the last time Pacquiao has fought in Australia? Obviously, that's the only market for it where the guy is from. That's it. You guys let me know and tell me and start sending me articles of old media when they're bashing this particular fight. And you won't see that because people want to tuck their tail. It's sickening. Pacquiao's a good fighter, he's a legend, but at the end of the day, he's still in a combat sport, and he's a champion. Give up your belt, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to fight anybody that the fans want to see you fight. And the funny thing is, Pacquiao is supposed to be the people's champion, and Floyd Mayweather is the coward of boxing and the ducker. But I don't remember. I literally, since Floyd became famous, like real famous, Money Mayweather and all that, I don't remember ever Floyd fighting someone that I had never heard of before. Robert Guerrero, I had watched his career. I seen the Vicente Escobedo fights. I seen him fight Orlando Salido in smaller divisions. Obviously, I watched the Robert Guerrero-Berto fight. You got this man who, he says, I don't want to beat up on an old Pacquiao. They're both with top rank. I would rather watch that than the Jeff Horn fight. And I don't even think Vasyl Lomachenko should just move up so quick. But if he feels he could beat him, it's still more entertaining. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.